And if her record player is going too slow, she probably should just change the speed. She's probably trying to play a 45 on a 33 and a third. Yeah. She's a dummy is the problem.
I think that's probably it.
Welcome back to Snow in Southtown. My name is Mike. With me is Rusty.
Christmas present.
And Christmas gift. I got it. I got it. Christmas gift. You got to practice. You got to practice.
I was practicing all day.
So, this is a Christmas podcast. You can reach us at snowinsouthtown@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter and all of that. Be sure to join us on November 21st. We are doing a 12-hour movie marathon. On one of the past episodes, I said noon to noon. That's not right. It's noon to midnight. Noon to midnight. 12 hours. I know how to count.
Noon to noon.
Noon to noon.
24 hours.
Yeah, that's. I wrote the book about the guys that watched horror movies for 24 hours.
Yeah.
We're not actually doing that, right? And so November 21st, you can join us on Scener. If you come to our website, snowinsouthtown.wordpress.com, we've got links to our Scener and all the information, and you can watch movies with us all day. And so it'll be fun, and there's info on our site. And next episode, I'll get into a little bit more. We'll be if you're on Scener with us, you can log in to your Netflix account and your Disney Plus account if you want to watch all of the movies with us. And basically, I control it. Like I have the remote control, and I put the movies on, and we can chat and hang out. So our band Ralphie's Red Riders, the CD is out.
Yeah.
So head over to radiantradish.storeenvy.com and you can order the CD, and we send you a download code. The digital release on Spotify and everything is Black Friday, so that's coming up. I did a couple interviews this week, and I did I'll post all of that when it's out. And then I went on Jerry's Totally Rad show last night.
Okay.
And that'll post at some point pretty soon, I think right around the release date. So, yeah, I've been having fun with Ralphie's Red Rider stuff. So, anything you got? I'm going to jump into some feedback, but I need to go get it real quick.
No.
Okay, so we have one email this show, and this is from our number one fan this year, Alana.
Yes.
And Alana says, last season I wrote an email saying how I was behind on episodes, but this year I've listened to both episodes you released so fast that I've listened to episode 1 maybe 7 times.
What?
That's a bit much. It's a bit much.
I'm flattered, though.
Yeah, no. Also, on the Apple Podcast app, it says episode 1 was released on Halloween, even though it was like 11:58 p.m. when it was released. So you two are the opposite of Nightmares Before Christmas. It was a holly jolly Halloween. That's true. We kicked off our season at the end of Halloween. That was the plan the whole time.
Yeah.
So we did it. A few days after episode 1 released, Dolly Parton released an animated music video for Cuddle Up, Cozy Down Christmas. So maybe she heard your podcast. It's probably true. That's probably
I think so.
what happened. Or Bublé heard it.
Yeah.
He probably listens.
He would have to.
Let's see. She says, who includes potato chips on a list of Christmas food items? That's referring to the Cabbage Patch Kids album,
Potato chips.
or just anything else Christmas related. Also, yes, I do still listen to episodes while I fall asleep. Keep those bells jingling, and don't forget your wallet. That's an Atlanta joke, inside joke from the what's the name of the store? Ollie's, right?
Oh.
Ollie's Bargain something.
Yeah, Ollie's Bargain Store.
Yeah, and it's the commercial that comes on during the Christmas season where they sing. Basically, like Dolly Parton, they just take the Jolly Ollie's Christmas, and then he says, and don't forget your wallet. Atlanta likes that. That's an Atlantaism. Speaking of which, thanks, Atlanta, by the way.
Thank you.
Our
new number
Christmas,
one fan.
Yeah, our Christmas station is going to Christmas at midnight tonight.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's usually Thanksgiving, so 2 weeks early. 2020, man.
What would Auntie Mamie say?
I got a few updates besides that. Cabbage Patch Kids, I had to edit the whole podcast, and I had to get those song clips in and all that. So I'll say, in the process, it is growing on me.
I figured.
Even the songs you said, they're growing on me. Now, it might also have something to do with the fact that I've had other things to compare it to lately that that weren't as good.
Other music?
Like maybe you've made me listen to things that can't even compare to that, and so it steps it up on my list.
I see what you're saying.
You get it? You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
I did post a picture of my Cabbage Patch Kid.
Yeah. Are you gonna put that? Are you gonna put that on the site, or have you?
It's on our Facebook.
Okay.
So if you come to our Facebook,
I've seen it, but
yeah, that's where I posted it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I posted my baseball. What'd you call it? The most 80s picture.
Yes.
What my kids were freaking out about was the cable box behind me.
Oh.
I had to describe that click, the cable box that you had to click, and
yeah.
oh man, that was fun. And I had there was a He-Man toy sitting in there, and it was a pretty 80s picture. So that was fun.
It had all kinds of 80s just tucked away in little corners.
And it was 85, so I was trying to figure out when I would have had. So the record was 84, right?
84.
So I guess I was 2 years behind on the craze, right? I think we said 83.
83 was the craze, and then I think, kind of people started getting them more reasonably.
Are you watching Christmas stuff yet besides the podcast stuff?
I'm only podcast and just looking at my neighbors who I'm up to like, I think I counted about 5 who've put up trees and stuff already. I think it's the coronavirus doing it.
Definitely, yeah. It's there. Like I said, our radio station has never done this. It's always Thanksgiving.
Need a little Christmas, I guess.
I had to go dig out. My mom got me this Hallmark movie Christmas shirt last Christmas.
Okay.
And I just it was Christmas Day, and then I didn't wear it or anything. And then when we were like picking up Christmas stuff, I wrapped like a snow globe in it and picked it up. And so we were, we're sitting there and we're watching these Hallmark movies, and 2 of my kids, Connor and Alana, will watch them with me. And it's like we don't like them, but it's one of the things we do as a family is just like rip on these movies. It's hilarious. Yeah. And so I was like, guys, I got to go find this shirt. It hit me, that I had this Hallmark movie shirt. And so, I went in the shed because we don't have any Christmas stuff out, but I went in the shed and found it. And so I have then today I found my old, what is it? The Year Without a Santa Claus shirt. And so, I have snow in Southtown representing right now. So I'm watching Hallmark movies, and I'm listening to music. Yeah, I'm doing music mostly.
Okay.
So.
I've never seen one Hallmark Christmas movie.
All right, well, so we should do that at some point, too.
You going to throw any of them on the November 21st thing?
Oh, no.
Those are all real movies, huh?
Yeah. But all right, but you and I will talk. Maybe for the last episode, I'll get you to watch one. I'll tell you the good one. I got one favorite, so I'll tell you.
There's at least one good one.
Well, it's probably not good, but it's my favorite.
Didn't I hear that Danica McKellar from The Wonder Years is in a lot of them?
Oh, she's in tons. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And DJ Tanner is in tons.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of the revolving actors.
Gotcha. Okay.
In fact, the thing that I just saw was that how they made like 40 new ones this year. They
40.
That was like 40 a year that they make. Yeah. And so everybody was like, how can they make so many this year? So apparently it's like really strict COVID guidelines. But then I was reading also they went to like a lot of Broadway actors who were out of work.
Right.
And so I guess it's like because they're used to just like coming in, getting it done, memorizing one take.
Fast,
yeah. And so I guess maybe that helps speed things up and not so much production time. I don't know. I mean, the article I saw
did they have a Hallmark special called Super Spreader Christmas, or because that's what it sounds like to me.
I was just talking to my kids. I was like, imagine trying to come up with a name for a Hallmark movie because, it's impossible. Like everything is taken. Like they're ridiculous. So I mean, you think you have a good name. It's like finding a band name. Yeah. I remember when we came up with the Loblaws, which of course is a reference to Arrested Development.
Yeah.
We went through every gang name from the Warriors. Have you ever seen the Warriors?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. So we went through every gang name. We wanted to be one of the gangs from the Warriors. And we went through every gang name, and they were all taken. Yes, yeah. So so then we, I think I've got emails with these lists. It was like all the gang name, and then we had this other list with like 10, and the Loblaws was on there, and I don't remember how we settled on it. But, man, just coming up with a band name is tough. So
at
a
this
Hallmark
point,
movie.
I'm thinking like Gremlins 2 Gremlins. Like I'm the vegetable Gremlins would be a good name for a band or something like that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you got to get creative.
The Bat Gremlin.
Let's see. Oh, stop what you're doing, Rusty. Stop.
okay,
Everybody
okay,
stop.
I'm done.
Everybody stop what you're
Stop
doing.
your car.
If you're driving, stop your car.
Quit jogging.
Black Friday. Do you know what comes out on, and not Ralphie's Red Riders, something else on Black Friday?
What?
The Minions Christmas special.
Oh. I don't know how to feel about this. All right.
I mean, I guess I have to watch it.
You do
right?
have to watch it.
Oh, man.
You
Am I going to
are-
make it?
You what now?
Am I going to be able to make it?
You'll make it. You'll
30 minutes. Well, I guess like 23 minutes with commercials.
I've also
of
never
Minions.
seen a Minions movie, or I guess is it Despicable Me? that they
Despicable
came
Me,
from?
yeah.
I've never seen
Yeah.
any of that garbage.
I'm going to watch it. Black Friday.
Well,
So-
you've got to. That's it's tied up in your personality now, the Minions. So
Yeah, exactly. You were wrong about the Saints. The Saints have won every game since we last recorded.
but I was
So-
right about the election.
Well, yeah, but I think we do have a president now, right?
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
we have a
Okay.
president elect, and we also have that other guy. That's
Right.
can't remember his name. What was it? What was it again?
The orange mean cat or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah, mean orange fat cat thing.
The orange fat cat. Okay. We are going to get to our album and our movie and our something fun or something weird. However, I do want to say that I made a joke about my dream of having a King of Queens podcast.
Yes.
And of course, as all of my jokes end up doing, has morphed into some kind of reality. And we had some people reach out, and you said, "I'll watch a King of Queens Christmas episode."
Yeah, I did.
And we had some people reach out. They're like, "That would be hilarious. You guys should do it." So I uploaded one for you, and I was like, "Hey, if you get a chance, and you want to watch it," and you did because you're a trooper and you love Christmas. You are so Christmas.
I'm so Christmas.
And so you did it. So you have never seen an episode of King of Queens.
No.
And I gave you basically a 3-sentence summary that was basically to explain who Holly was. Holly, if you've never seen King of Queens, is a dog walker who is hired to walk a person, basically.
Nicole
Arthur.
Sullivan.
Yeah, yeah. And so we watched season 5, episode 11. It was called The Mentolo Case, and we're not going to spend a ton of time on this. If you want to skip like 5 minutes, you'll get through. So anyway, in this episode, Doug has always wanted this Mentolo toy, which is like a genie.
Yeah, it's it is like a magic 8-ball genie with a head.
You pull the
instead-
string.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a head, right? And so it would basically say whatever the magic 8-ball would say. And so early use of eBay, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember, what year would this have been? Probably like 2003, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this feels like 2003, but I didn't.
And it might have been. It's either 02, 03, or 04 because we're doing Christmas with the Kranks here too, and so it was kind of like right in there. I was thinking. And so so he finds out that when he says he wants it, Deacon makes fun of it, calls it I guess I'm not going to say what he calls it, but a weak toy. And then but Spence is like the geek of the group, and he goes to the conventions and all. So he's bragging about getting one, right? I guess, did he say he just got one, or he knew somebody
the
that got one?
Patton Oswalt character.
Yeah.
Hey, I think he got something else, and he said like there should be one there or something. I can't remember.
Yeah. So anyway, so they go. Doug tries to get one on eBay. Carrie won't let him because Carrie is getting a cruise for Arthur, her dad, who lives in the basement. And so this cruise was $600, right? And we're going to talk about the money here with Christmas with the Kranks, but somebody's overpaying. And then so Doug, eBay doesn't work. He goes to the convention and he finds out that Deacon has bought the last one. Deacon, who said it was no good, so goes to Deacon's house. Deacon's like, if you want it so bad, take it, and he does take it. And you get all this confusion about who's getting what presents for who. And that's basically what happens. Is like the present mix up, and Doug just wants
it's like the O. Henry story, except everybody's awful instead of trying to be nice to each
exactly.
other.
That's exactly right. Yes, right. Okay, so I'm not gonna get into the presents and all that, but okay. So what did you think of your first episode of King of Queens?
Did not like.
Not at all. All right. What if you had to pick one redeeming quality?
I laughed. I did laugh at one thing, and it was the line you just said, where the guy said, "Look, if it means that much to you, you can have it." And then it just cuts to the next scene where he's got it in his hand, like, "Yay!" That was my one time where I went, I did a little sniff.
But I always wanted one, and now I finally have it. And as my best friend, you should understand how important this is to me. But you know what? If this toy means more to you than our friendship, then fine. Go ahead. Take it.
Mentalo, should I start working out more?
The voices from beyond the grave say, no.
The rest of it, yeah. I'm not a big fan of the situation comedies. I loved them as a kid, but now, oh man, just those jokes or non-jokes. Yeah.
What about Arthur's use of the chopsticks that had the CH on them that he was going to give to his daughter?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I guess so.
What did he say? He goes, 2 weeks of lunches or 2 lunches a week and deep pockets?
CH.
For Carrie Heffernan.
Wow, you had them monogrammed?
No, the owner of the Cantonese hut had them monogrammed. 2 lunches a week, coat with ample sleeves, and voila, here comes Santa Claus.
Come on, Arthur. Jerry Stiller. He's good, man.
I like Jerry Stiller for Jerry Stiller.
Yeah, you like Patton Oswalt. You like Jerry Stiller.
Well, I like all the people on there.
Right.
I guess. I don't really know much about the main guy. Like,
You don't know Kevin James?
well, I mean, I know him. I know who he is and everything, but I guess I'm not a big fan from other stuff. But everybody else on there I kind of like. And Leah Remini from Saved by the Bell, the summer episodes. That's my introduction to her. Yeah.
So, yeah, look, it's a fun Christmas episode. Again, we don't want to spend too much time on it, but I'm glad you watched it.
I watched it.
Well, if you had to pick just the worst part of the whole thing, what would you say?
Homophobia?
Oh, yeah.
Like, tons of it.
But yeah, I mean, because they're like still in high school, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because
it makes sense for the characters.
Right, and because even what did he say? He goes something like, "Mentalo reminds me of the time when I didn't pay bills and I didn't go for promotions." Or she's like, "You don't ever do that.
You don't do that now."
Right,
But I know I should. Yeah.
Why are you so obsessed with this toy anyway?
I don't know, I guess it reminds me of a simpler time in my life, a time when I didn't have to worry about paying bills or going after that big promotion.
Okay, you've never done either of those.
But I know I should, and it's very stressful, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I recognize that some of these are jokes, and they're well-crafted.
Yeah.
They don't make me laugh.
Well, I'll say, so just, it's pretty representative. I won't say it's like the best episode. It's not. This is, when I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, this is a good one for him to watch, because it is pretty representative. So that gives you an idea of what I sit around doing in the summertime, is eating Popeyes and watching that.
It also let me know that I made the wise choice, telling you no, that I don't want to do a King of Queens podcast with you.
No, but I'm going to edit. I'm going to go back and re-edit everything you said and put it in order so that you basically say, yes, I would love to do this King of Queens podcast.
Because that was a long 22 minutes for me.
I felt like it flew. I was like, what?
No.
Because they got to the presents. It was like Garfield. It was like tearing through the presents and all this nonsense, and then Holly sneaks out and it's over.
I watched in 2 settings. Sittings.
You needed the commercial breaks.
I took a break and came back to it.
I
did like
What's
the
that?
overall theme of the show, which is presents are horrible and cause problems, and they shouldn't exist.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And poor Arthur doesn't get his cruise.
Doesn't get his cruise. He is going to get it for his birthday.
Yeah, well, yeah. All right, so let's get into like our real stuff here.
All right.
So we have, and we'll touch back on the cruise thing when we get to our movie. But first, we're gonna do our album, and so this is Rusty's album. You want to introduce us?
I will. And
you touched on this last year.
Yeah, if you listened to last season, this was my Something Weird. And it's the American song poem Christmas. And the subtitle is one of the names of the songs, Daddy Is Santa Really 6'4". This is an album that was released in 2003.
I waited in the shadows all night, but when
too much of what we said, but I'll give a brief overview of what a song poem is. Which is,
I think we can assume that maybe some people haven't.
Yeah, haven't heard that one. But song poems, like there was this company, and you would send in your basically poetry. You would send in lyrics, and they would make a song out of it. And people describe it as like a scam because I think they made it seem like you might have a hit song on your hands or something.
Yeah, and so I've done a lot of research now, but there were several companies, right?
Yeah.
They were just all over, and basically they would the ads would say like songwriters needed. They would promise that they were going to pitch your music to radio stations and AR people and
right,
and basically made it sound like you legitimately could have a shot at a career in the music business.
But instead, you got like a vanity record.
They would get a record, or they put it on like a compilation of some kind, right?
Yeah. And so, from my point of view, it was always like, oh, cool, man, you get these professional musicians making a song out of your stuff, which would be fine if that's all you expected. But yeah, if you expected them to actually make a career for you, then no, you weren't going to get that. And you definitely weren't going to get it with these songs, I suppose, because they don't appeal to everybody. The way that
and that's what the problem is here is that most of these and taking the music out that the people came up with, the lyrics themselves, like it's just not hit song material, unfortunately.
Exactly. And so they did this for all kinds of songs, and you just watched the documentary, right?
I did. I watched it, so we can. I figure we can get into that after. What do you think? Would you want to do that up front, or?
I was just just making sure you if you wanted to fill in any gaps, because I saw that documentary a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, they did it for all kinds of songs, and obviously a lot of them were Christmas songs. And so there's a whole collection, and that's what we're talking about today, is the collection that was released in 2003 on disc or whatever else it was released on.
And so the thing is, you have to imagine that there are thousands and thousands of these out there. And it was something that these guys just went into the studio and would crank out. Man, the guy said they would do like 80 a day sometimes, right?
Right.
And so they're just cranking these out, and they don't care. And the only person that's going to hear it is the person who wrote it. So now out there in the world were thousands and thousands of these, like you said, a lot of them just on a 45 single.
Right.
And so now what you have is people who are just going nuts and trying to collect them all. Mm-hmm. And it's an impossible thing because it's not like baseball cards where you just get a list of what cards were in the set.
Yeah,
it's
get number 92. Yeah,
it's infinite almost. It's like you never know what you're looking for, where you're going to find it, and how to find it.
Right.
So, it's become this huge thing. And so this is a compilation of some of the Christmas songs that they knew were available. Now, do you know if they... for this album, I don't know. Do you know if it was like they went for like extreme or like crazy, or was this just supposed to be a representation or what?
I don't know for sure, but what it seems like is they went for the ones that were either kind of good by their standards, or just weird or interesting.
Right.
Because I remember in the documentary they said that like a lot of them were just garbage. Like you just listen to it and go, ugh. Like it was just unlistenable. So like,
well, here's the thing. The thing. It's like the people who are doing this are pretty much like failed musicians or musicians past their prime who this is their only chance to hang on in this industry, right? And so these guys cannot develop hits on their own. No. So you're sending them lyrics that are subpar, and they are just cranking out on the fly subpar music that they're not even putting any passion into at all. So it's literally like and we're going to try it. You and I are going to do an experiment. I'm going to give you a poem, and you're just going to crank out a song. And it's like, you're probably going to spend way more time on this than they would have spent
did
on their, And that's just something we're doing for fun in a couple
Some of that's by necessity, though, because like, they're better than I am, and like they can go in. They'll have they had like a band set up or whatever, and they had singers who were good, and so they could just hit record, and like hold this this crazy lyric sheet in front of them and just kind of try to get through it. And sometimes sometimes it came out good. Sometimes they just give up on the song and just start talking. Where it's like, well, this doesn't, because they what it seemed like they did was take like the song poem and like try to give it some structure. Take about 10 minutes to like okay, I'll do this. It might rhyme if I do this. Maybe I'll make this into a chorus. Other times they would just kind of go through it if it was like impossible and like
Right. Well, some guys believed that they had to make it rhyme and had to structure it for the writer to give it something, right? And then other guys were like, you don't touch the lyrics. Like, the lyrics are sacred. That's what they sent us, and that's what they're paying for.
Right.
I mean, we should say you pay for this. It's a service that you pay for.
Yeah.
And so it really just depends on what service you went with.
So, all right, I guess we can just start talking about some of the songs that stood out.
I guess like maybe like your highlights or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you. I'll go ahead and tell you the ones that, because I rated them all, and I rated them 1 to 5. Nothing gets below a 3 for me.
You go, and then I'll give you. I did 1 through 5, but I'll tell you what it means. So go ahead.
Okay. Here's the ones I gave a 5 to.
Okay.
And this is so you can find this on Spotify or wherever, so you can go listen to them. Santa Came on a Nuclear Missile.
This is a 5.
That's just 5.
Okay.
Santa Claus Goes Modern, the first one, because there's 2 of those. Christmas Time Philosophy is a 5. Those are the first 3 on the album.
Right.
And then the other 5 is Old Year Christmas, which is a little later in the album. Those are the 5s.
You
So
don't
there's
have
4
a number,
fives.
do you? Do you have a number? Oh, I got 13. 13. Okay.
Those are my 4 favorites of the whole collection. Then I've got a bunch of 4s too, and then some 3. I like every one of them on the album. So
You like every song. You like the Rocking Disco Santa Claus.
yes,
Okay.
that's a 4.
Let me ask you, the Rockin' Disco Santa Claus is a 4 because of the song, or because of what they did with the song? Do you think you would have looked at those lyrics and said, this is a 4? Like, you just think the lyrics or whatever the poem is that they sent in was that good? Or are you just like, man, these guys cranked out an awesome disco song?
I don't even think about, when I listen to this, I do not think about it as like a song poem or how they made it. I just listen to them as songs. And that's probably weird. But like I really just listen to them as songs.
Okay.
And
so not even like thinking about the production or the process.
I mean, I think about that sometimes. But like, if I'm like me ranking these, it's just like, as a song, what do I give it? What is, when I listen to it, it's like, how would I rank it among any other song in the world? White Christmas, anything else?
Right.
These are 5. These are 5s, these are 4s.
Okay. And so for me, like, I could totally see this being a Rusty thing, right? And so, like, that makes sense to me. And so I remember I watched some of the YouTube videos last year. I don't think I realized last year there was a set compilation that was available for streaming, right? And so once I realized that made it so much easier to dive in. It's kind of out there for me. I love the concept. Obviously, I love anything that's like themed or like has this kind of concept like that is strict and has rules and or whatever, I like that. So it definitely fascinates me. I do wish I liked the music more, but like I said, like the guys I don't think they were really good session musicians. I don't think they were good at creating original content, and that's why they were doing what they were doing. But my thing is like no rules, like. Do what you like and like what you like. There's no such thing as a guilty pleasure. So if Rusty listens to this, like he listens to Kenny Rogers or Band-Aid or John Lennon or whatever, who cares, right? You like what you like, and I'm glad that you have this thing that you enjoy. It's like it's something to talk about. And
I assume most people listen to this as a weird thing or a novelty, or as something that they enjoy on some kind of bad level, like you enjoy a bad movie or something.
So like I want to get into the documentary a little bit after we do the Christmas, but that was one thing was like whenever they would talk about their songs charting on some like independent, it was probably like college radio or something. I told my wife watched it with me. I was like, that is just like some college station that just got a hold of that song and thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
right?
they just played it over and over. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like that had to be ironic, and these people think that their songs are charting.
Yeah.
And and it can't be that it's like played on side of Nirvana and whatever else, and is actually charting.
They're charting in the way that I charted on college radio back when they were playing my music, and I was number one for like a beat. They might be giants this week.
But I don't know if that's true. I mean, your songs are at least like real original songs that you did, right? I mean,
Yeah, they were. I don't know if
I don't
they're any
think-
better than this, but
I would argue that your songs are much better than this.
oh well, thank you.
Yeah, no. Can we talk about? You're not gonna agree, but Snowbows. I mean, Snowbows is rough. Snowbows is like
Snowboat gets a 4.
They glisten in the moonlight. They sparkle from afar. So many lovely snowbows reflect from every star.
I felt like they made a call to the Shags drummer, and the Shags drummer wasn't available that day.
It was the Shags drum machine.
Yeah, that one was rough. Like the music was rough. They didn't give this one the full all. Like this was an afterthought.
And here's what's crazy about a song like Snowbows, because I can listen to it, and here's what happens in the song. It's got a drum machine doing the tuk, 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 and the musicians playing along with the drum machine are just off. Like
It's off. Yeah.
The drum machine is just not matching the tempo of what they're doing, and I know it's a mistake. I hear it and go, yes, this is a mistake. My brain tells me that. But my heart loves it.
Right. You just you embrace it for what it is.
Yeah. And, I realized at a certain point in my life that the only kind of music I like, I guess, is novelty in some sense.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that. That's
Yeah.
fun. I mean, look, we talked about the documentary where the guy collects all the Christmas
Yeah.
records, and so we love that kind of thing. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Snowbows, I can understand, and I mean, same for the Shags. Like, I don't like the Shags as much as I like this, and the
Right.
when I listen to the Shags, I do laugh, and I kind of listen to. I guess I'll listen to it properly. I do
Yeah.
sincerely like it, like a song like, Velocity of the World or
Yeah.
My Pal Foot. I think they're great, but I do listen to it and go, okay. Yeah, I get why this is funny or wrong or whatever, but
Right. And I'm trying to go through. I'm just imagining someone who actually might want to go listen to some of these, and so I'm gonna like Snowbows is
Yeah.
not as bad as I make it sound. That drum does get off, and they should have.
oh,
fixed
it's
that,
bad.
but,
Yeah, the drum machine is like I can imagine somebody listening to it and just going like that. It's abrasive to to listen to, because it's like they may not even know what's wrong if they're just like what's wrong with something's weird. I don't know what. Yeah,
They were just struggling. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should have fixed it. It would have been an easy fix. You just go back and do it again.
Just do it
I mean,
again.
obviously, yeah.
no take twos.
Yeah. Daddy Is Santa Really 6'4" was
Yeah.
a dark, violent tale that I was not ready for. And I mean, if that's your thing, you should go check it out. It's like a white trash sequel to I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Yeah,
Let's put it
it's
that
a
way.
new version of Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
I don't think it's kid friendly, right? I don't think it's safe for families. Do you play it around your daughter?
Yeah.
Does she listen? Do you think she listens to it? Like the
I don't know.
lyrics?
I don't know if I listen to it because I'm not even sure exactly what you're talking about.
All right. Well, so you go listen to it again when you get a chance. And maybe I'm wrong, but
Well, it carries a torch for Mama and a gun for you.
Yeah, right.
Is one of the main lyrics. I mean,
Right. What do you think he's gonna do with that gun?
Well, I mean, it's just the same misunderstanding of I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, though, right?
Oh no, I think this is about
You think this
adultery.
is really Santa Claus?
I think it's No, I think it's a case of adultery. Santa Claus or not, I don't know if it's Santa Claus.
But it's adultery.
It could be a mistake.
Well,
it could
that's
be
what-
mistaken identity.
I mean, that's what I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus could be. From the kid's point of view, it's adultery.
Oh right, yeah, but no, I think this is legitimate adultery.
Okay, you think this is real adultery?
Yeah, like he's got a gun for he's got a gun for the dad, whether he's Santa Claus or not.
Okay.
He's got a gun for the dad.
Yeah.
Daddy, tell me, is it true? He carries a torch for Mama and a gun should be asleep. Now Daddy, he must have forgot his pack, 'cause he said that he would be
This is the other. This is related to my other "Mommy Kissing Santa Claus" song, which They Might Be Giants again. Santa's beard. I saw my baby wearing Santa's beard.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think Bobby Boyle is one of the real stars here. I think Bobby Boyle I think the songs that Bobby Boyle is involved with would be extra bad without the stardom and the pure charisma that Bobby Boyle brings
Tell
to the
me which
table
ones
here.
he does, because I get the names mixed up.
It's a she, I think.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta. Man, I
The
should
only
have kept
one I
this
can
all
really
together.
recognize is Rod Keefe. I know his.
Yeah, so Rod's a big deal. All right, so Bobby is involved with Santa Claus Goes Modern,
I love that one.
Randy the Lil Elf,
Yeah.
and then that's the only one with her name, but I think that I saw she was
I think
involved.
she-
Maybe with the Sisterhood? I don't know. I think there was another.
How about the "Fixing My Toys on Christmas"? That sounds like her. Sounds like the same voice.
I have them in order. Do you know around when that is?
I should have numbered these. It's near the end. It's like
near the
1,
end.
2, 3, 4, 5 from the end.
Santa Fix My Toy. So that says Rod and Judy.
Judy.
So that's Rod. And so it depends on if Judy is.
It could be
'cause
a
they
fake
even said in the
Judy,
documentary they went through names. So.
Right.
But yeah, so I thought Bobby did well. Let me see. All Year Christmas.
Yeah.
That's
I
one
love
that you liked, right?
Oh yeah.
So I said All Year Christmas sounds like they gave up on making like an actual song.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we supposed to do with this list of stuff? Like, do they want us to like sing this? Let's just talk through this one because
Yeah.
we're obviously not going to make a song out of this.
Right. We say those lines all year round. Like, "You're nutty as the cake." Who are like when an Amazon package comes in, we goes, "Who's Big Box?"
That one's crazy.
Yeah, "You're nutty as the cake." I love that one.
And then Santa Fix My Toys. There's some issues in this song. Her drum won't beat. Like, how is that even possible? Like, maybe it's not a drum.
Broken
maybe
snare
she doesn't.
head.
Maybe she doesn't know what a drum is.
It's possible.
Right?
Yeah.
And if her record player is going too slow, she probably should just change the speed. She's
probably
probably trying to
switch
play
it.
a 45 on the 33 and a
33,
third.
yeah.
She's a dummy is the problem.
I think that's probably it.
And what, she broke her bat? What is she, like Sammy Sosa on steroids? Going around like snapping her bat in half on her
Wheel or seat, my choo-choo train won't go.
I got a drum, but it just won't beat, and the record player goes so slow.
It's hard to steer my scooter. My football, it went flat.
My ice skate needs a runner. Oh yeah, I broke my bat.
Santa Claus, do you
broke my
think
bat.
that
I think this is just a really tough girl who breaks her drum head and her bat and
her
just
record
cracks
player.
her roller skate or ice skating. I keep breaking stuff. I don't know why.
All right, so are you going to even have 3 to skip then? I mean, I don't.
I
right?
gave
Oh.
three. I gave 3 to skip. That.
All right, so you want to do your 3 to keep and 3 to skip?
Yeah, my 3 highlights: Nuclear Missile, The First Santa Goes Modern, and All Year Christmas. Those are my top 3.
Okay.
3 to skip. I like all 3 of these, but Christmas in Heaven. How do you spend Christmas in heaven?
Oh man, I can't believe that didn't even make my list. You're right. That was rough. Okay.
Yeah, Jolly Santa Claus, just because it's kind of like basic. And then the Merry Christmas Polka, because Jim Reeves did a much better version.
But it's not the same song, right?
No,
He did like a
it
different-
sounds very similar though.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it has to.
Right. Well, it's a polka, but
Yeah.
I mean, it even has the same melody because they both go, "Oh, Merry Christmas Polka." They both do that. Yeah.
No, I need to look because you're right. There's 2 Santa Claus Goes Modern, so I need to see which one I have
The
listed
first,
here.
yeah,
Hold
the
on.
first one is "Ooh, it's good old Santa," and then the second one is "Ho ho ho, here comes good old Santa." So they're very different.
Well, are they the same lyrics?
Yeah,
So they just did two different versions?
They just did two different versions for whatever reason.
Right.
And this also shows, like, yeah, your song, if you send it off, just depends on whose hands it gets into, because that first one is like a good, to me, a good like pop song with a good, it's you know, it's got a good beat and you can dance to it. The second one though is just some drunken dude just going, oh, here come girl Santa. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my 3 to skip, then I'll tell you my rating system. I mean my 3 to keep. So my 3 to keep: Christmas Tree Peppermint.
Oh, I love that one.
Far and away the best song.
Yeah.
Okay. Second, I got Santa Claus Goes Modern, and then I got A New Year's Dawning.
I like that one. Yeah, that's great.
And then my 3 to skip. Where do we start? I got Rockin' Disco Santa Claus.
Okay.
I got Snowbows.
Okay, yeah. Obviously.
And I got the second Santa Claus Goes Modern. So so I put the first one on my keep and the second on my skip. That's
funny that you say it just depends on who you get.
Okay, so I had a rating system that was like, oh god, so I put everything out of order now. Basically it was like 1 through 5. Okay, 5 was like I would put this on. I would go pick this out of my CD player and put it on. Right. I didn't have any 5s.
No 5s, right?
No. 4 was like, oh wow, this is good. Even like for this concept, this is good. Right.
Right.
I wouldn't turn this off if it came on the radio. This is good. 3 was like, yeah, this is like probably as good as I would expect this concept to be, right?
Yeah,
as good as it gets. 2 was like, even for this concept, this is bad, right? Like this is not good. And then 1 was like, no matter what's going on here, this is trash and no one should ever listen to it. So that's where I'm at. Okay, so I didn't have any 5s. I only had 1 4, and that was the Christmas Tree Peppermint.
Okay.
So that's the only one that, like, I wouldn't skip if it came on the radio or something, right?
Yeah.
That's the only one. I had mostly 3s, honestly. So most of it was like, yeah, this is what I expected. It's not bad. I had a bunch of 2s. So my 2s were Marty the Christmas Mouse, Daddy is Santa Really 6'4", How Do They Spend Christmas in Heaven,
Yeah.
Old Year Christmas, Evelyn Christmas, Jolly Jolly Santa Claus, Merry Christmas Polka, Baby It's a Cold Night in December, and the New Year song. Okay, then my 1s, these are just the bottom of the barrel. I already said most of them. Rockin' Disco Santa Claus, Snowbows. Oh yeah, Santa Claus Goes Modern. Those are my only 3 1s.
Okay.
My average score is a 2.3.
What number did you give Christmas Time Philosophy?
So if I didn't name it, it would be a 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you said, those first 3, I gave those 3s. Actually, I was a 3 on the first 4 of them. Most were 3s.
Yeah. For the 3 highlights, I gave highlights that I would recommend for people to listen to. But if I had to pick my very favorite, just for me personally, it's Christmas Time Philosophy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why. I mean, I can see why that would be like a go-to representative of this album.
Yeah.
You know? I could see, like, if you're like, hey, you need to check out this album, here you go. For me, the Christmas Tree Peppermint was almost like just like a great R&B kind of girl group 60s song. You know, like it was,
love that peppermint stick.
It was almost like a song that could have been in That Thing You Do.
'Cause my peppermint, oh, what a treat to eat. There are other things too, a lot of things new. So they say a Christmas isn't complete without peppermint, 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 peppermint. Bagfuls of candies, blue, red, and green. But number 1 on the world scene is peppermint, peppermint. I love
It was
Right,
almost
yeah.
that. Yeah. It was a step away from that, and so to me that's good for me. You know. So the documentary, the name of it is called Off the Charts.
Mm-hmm.
Now it was like produced, I guess, by PBS in the end. Aired it, and I want to say, man, it looks like it started filming in the 90s, like maybe mid 90s.
Okay.
Not, right? I mean, do you remember like some of the technology that they're filming? Like the computers are pretty old.
Okay.
So I think it finally was like aired on PBS in like maybe 2006.
Okay.
But I mean, it definitely was filming in the late 90s, maybe the mid 90s. So it's like it took a while to put together, but they did a great job. I mean, they introduce you to a lot of the musicians, and they tell the backstories of a lot of the musicians, but they also really get into a lot of the writers, which makes it just a fascinating document.
Yeah.
You know,
It's great.
And so there were some things that I thought were great. The fact that they had the one guy they mentioned, he would send royalty checks to the people as like a way to keep them as clients.
Right.
And so they would pay, $200 or whatever. He'd produce his song, and then like every 3 months he'd send a royalty check for like $1.
Just to make it seem like, hey, you're getting something.
Yes, exactly.
Keep them coming.
I thought it was really funny, that guy who wrote the songs about Annie Oakley and Jimmy Carter, and like they really dove into like how specific these people got with
Jimmy
the lyrics.
Carter
and
says yes.
Jimmy Carter says yes. And the one guy who writes about, what did he say? Because I write about, what do I write about? I write about kung fu, like karate, religion, and science fiction.
Yeah.
In many ways, it was like a behind the music, like on Mars or something. It was just so bizarre. It was just like you learn the backstories of some of these guys who have no business around the music industry at all,
right?
But like admit that they at one point had hopes and dreams of a hit song,
right? And I mean, the name they give to this genre is outsider music, in the same way that they say outsider art for like somebody who makes like homemade art, and it's not high art or fine art, but it's like homemade stuff, and it's sometimes by people who are mentally ill or something like that, and you wonder how much is being exploited sometimes, but I've been I've had my stuff called outsider music like that I make, so I guess that makes sense.
But that's the thing, is like I've worked with tons of people. I know tons of people who write like you, or even like certain like folk punk or something like that, like who are sort of on that sort of spectrum of like outsider music, or like something that is never going to be mainstream. But none of the people I know ever had hopes and dreams of having a legitimate pop radio hit. Right. It's a totally different ballgame,
I mean,
with my music, right?
Yeah, when I make my stuff, I'm not like, oh yeah, this is gonna beat Britney Spears for whoever.
Right, but these guys were sending in $300 a pop, thinking that they had that chance, right? And one other thing I gotta say, one other thing I gotta say is Iowa Mountain Tour is my favorite, and it's so bizarre, and I do feel bad for the guy, but just long story short, this guy thought he got his son to join his like band. It was him and his son, and they go on their first tour, which is just driving like, I don't know, to another state to play one show at like an outdoor open mic event at like a church, right? They have 3 songs prepared. They don't know the 3 songs. The guitar is not in tune, and they don't even know how to start the songs. The guy just starts singing, and the kid has to come in on an out-of-tune guitar, not even in the right key, because the guy just started singing and doesn't know what key he's in.
Right.
And the people are sitting around in their lawn chairs going, oh, man. Because they announced him as the headlining act, because they like drove all this way. And then they stay in a hotel room. Like they're like on tour. Yeah. They think they're on tour.
Right.
And he calls his wife, his baby, like, hey, we did great, and we're going to keep doing this. And it's like, you could tell in his mind, this was like, he had made it.
Yeah.
And we kind of debated. I said the guy had to be in his 50s, and Donna said he easily could have been 40, and we just think he's in his 50s.
He's just a rough 40.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so, but however old he is, you do kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah.
But it's so fascinating to see. Like, it's so
but also,
bizarre.
If he's enjoying this and getting attention and I don't know.
No, I agree. Look, and if he can set up more gigs as a result, and this is, if he can do this, then sure. I just hope he never like loses any real opportunities to support his family as a result.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you and I do what we do, but we never lose sight of our real life responsibilities, right? We're never right.
You know what? All this kind of reminds me of is our guy Patrice, who did Friday, with
Sure.
Rebecca Black, and the Thanksgiving song with Nicole Westbrook. It's
Right.
It's similar to that stuff where you get.
But Patrice has hooks.
It's Thanksgiving. We are gonna have a good time with the turkey, eggs, potatoes, eggs. We are gonna have a good time with the turkey, eggs, potatoes, eggs. It's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. Yo, it's Thanksgiving, giving, and I'm trying to be forgiving. Nothing is forbidden. She know we gotta have. I gotta give thanks to you and you and you. Can't be hateful.
His songs are really good.
Yeah, I mean, he's got hooks. He's got
Yeah.
some bad ones, but he's got
But the
some good
idea of
ones.
like getting money from people and saying, all right, I'm going to make you a hit song. You're going to be a
Right.
star. And, Rebecca Black became famous, but not maybe in the way that she anticipated or was told she would be.
True, no, exactly. And what he's doing is exploiting more like rich parents, probably. You know what I mean?
Right,
I don't have
exactly.
much of a problem
yeah,
with that.
Yeah, and so you feel worse for the girls maybe than the.
Yeah, but I mean, look,
But no
like
one's
they're gonna
losing
go
money or
spend that
anything.
money. They're gonna spend that money on like travel ball or cheerleading or gymnastics.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't
No,
feel
it's
as bad
definitely
for
rich
them.
parents. I don't either. No.
They go on like Good Morning America and stuff, and they seem fine, and they get a lot of attention at school and stuff, and they went viral, a lot of them, and that was what you did
Yeah, exactly.
12 years ago. Was you wanted to go viral, and so
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I don't know what the girls are like now or what they think about it all now that 10 or 12 years has passed, but I don't, maybe they enjoyed it. I don't know.
right, yeah, I don't feel as bad.
I will say this, that just maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was driving in my car listening to Rebecca Black's Friday and just singing along, and it's just a song like it's a good. I can't help. It's a good song. I don't.
Patrice is good. That's what I'm telling. He's good.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't listen to it, but I can admit that the guy's talented. Like
Yes, he knows how to.
he did something with the money. He didn't just take their money and produce crap. He did something.
That opening of Friday, where it's the da 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 da, and that just the way he produces it, it sounds. I wish I could make that. Like
Hey, we tried.
we did try. Well, we did do it. I guess we did a pretty good job, actually.
I thought, yeah, I liked ours.
Yeah.
I can't hear Friday because all I have in my head is Thanksgiving. The main two for
Yeah.
me are Thanksgiving and Chinese food. I think Friday's okay. I think Chinese food and as questionable as it might be.
Thanksgiving is great.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is the lyrics aren't great. The lyrics he could do better lyrics, but it's very catchy.
All right. Yeah, his lyrics sound like song poems.
He's got some good rhymes though. In some
Now,
of them. The Friday rap is good.
It's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
To go back to the song poem for Christmas for a second, I did want to bring up probably my favorite lyric that I do laugh at, which is from Santa Came on a Nuclear Missile, which is, instead of my favorite teddy bear, he gave me a gun that was a laser. And my wife and I have analyzed this line over and over. It's like, okay, is he going to give you the teddy bear you already own that's your favorite? Or is it like your favorite teddy bear you picked out at a store? I
That you
assume that's
wanted,
what
right.
it meant. Yeah. But
Yeah.
and then he gave me a gun that was a laser. The gun, it's not a laser gun. The gun itself is a laser.
Is a laser. You have to hold a laser.
You have to hold a beam of light.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some great lines like that. And there's and some of the where you can definitely tell it's a take one, like Rockin' Disco Santa. There's one little part where she does like a little talk, and she goes, "Even Grandma and Grandpa will have to say." It's like she swallows or something,
Right.
or just loses her place on the lyric sheet. Yeah, it's a great collection that everyone should own. And, it's coming
I
up.
think you can stream it.
I still think of this as new music, I guess, for me, but it's coming on 20 years because this came out in 2003. I probably got it maybe a year later after it came out. I heard about it pretty soon after, but yeah, I've had this for a while. So it's been in my life for a while, and for my daughter, it's just music. Like, she doesn't know.
Right, she grew up with it, right?
She doesn't know what it is, where it came from. She doesn't know that they're fake songs or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
She's just like, yeah, peppermint stick. Yeah, it's just it's a Christmas song.
I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of Christmas music that comes on that, like, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
That could easily be this.
One of these.
Yeah. So,
No, there's a few
I
on
could
here
see a
that-
kid not knowing any difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Santa Fix My Toys for Christmas is one of those. That could have been the B-side to I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
What was the Captain Santa Claus and the Martian, whatever? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know I had those records?
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't know when I bought them. It had to be after Christmas, but before March. So I posted a picture for it. Was Alabama's Christmas in Dixie, right? Alabama, is that who sings it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Bobby Helms single that we talked about last year with Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle Bell Rock.
Captain Santa Claus and what is it? And the Martian something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have it. I have copies. Awesome. All right, let's go on to something fun.
Okay.
Here's Rusty with something fun.
We'll take a little break and do something fun. Cool? Sweet! Awesome!
All right, my something fun. Now, this is, we talked about Cabbage Patch last week, and
Right.
this is another one from my childhood I want to talk about. But it's not one that I would say I enjoy as an adult. it's just a kid's record. But it's something fun. It's like most things, it could also be something weird. It's something I got from my mother gave me that she bought from the Avon lady. Or maybe she was the Avon lady at the time. I don't know if people know what Avon is. Is it Avon around anymore?
Yeah, I think it's hanging on, but I think it's enough of a cultural thing. Yeah.
Okay,
I think
but
people,
yeah,
I think we still know what it is.
Okay, I didn't know people knew what Avon was, but yeah. So Avon was selling this little Christmas record called Santa's Magic Mirror, and it's like a little 15-minute story musical, basically, and it's one of those on little flexi disc, so like you can shake it around.
Yep.
And yeah, there's a little mirror on the cover where you can like see your face in it. And I'll give you the plot of the story because the plot's interesting, I guess. The plot is that Santa is really disappointed and sad this year because of overpopulation. He's worried he's not going to make it to all the kids anymore because he was saying like, well, but by the time I got to the last house, the sun was coming up, something like that. And so he's worried he can't do his job anymore. And so the elves recognize that Santa's sad. They go to visit the magic fairy to see if she can help. And she gives them a magic mirror. And they take the magic mirror to Santa. And when he looks in the mirror, what happens is a bunch of his reflections come out. And so a bunch of Santas come out. And so he realizes like, oh, okay, I can just be in several places at once now, and I can take care of all the kids around the world, and it's not just me being stretched thin. And so this is like their explanation of how Santa gets around. He was just multiplied, hundreds of times out of a mirror.
The mirror's done it.
Yeah.
There are too many children this year. Too many. Santa can't visit them all. Oh my goodness! Oh my, what was that? Gesundheit. Gesundheit, of course. Uh-oh. There we go.
So it's a musical. It's a little record that I grew up with, and it's just something fun that I remember that we listened to probably around that same time we listened to Cabbage Patch Kids. But
do you still have it?
No, I don't have the actual record.
Gotcha.
But
now that was you sent me the video. Is that the whole thing? I didn't.
That's
watch
the
it.
whole thing. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be putting some in here.
There's somebody hosting it online, so you can actually download it. And it
Cool.
was a picture book too. So
okay.
I don't know if those pictures are available online. They probably are. But that's my something fun. It's if you want a little cute little 15-minute children's record to listen to, it's fine.
And so you think it's from that time, or were they selling was it older and they were selling?
Yeah, I think it's mid 80s.
Gotcha.
Maybe 85, 83. I don't know, something like that.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Cool. All right. So let's go on to our movie.
All the lights are coming on now. How I wish that it would snow now. I don't feel like going home now. I wish that I could stay.
So we were covering Christmas with the Kranks. So again, to recap, last year our friends picked the movies that we covered and the songs, and this year we're picking. So we're picking things that sometimes are like things that we're passionate about. This is one that I'll get into, but basically I was a huge fan of the book, and so I was really anticipating the movie. The movie's a letdown.
Okay.
But I still like it just because I love the source material. But really, I picked it just because I thought it would be fun to hear your thoughts on the movie. Because, I could see if I didn't know the book or if there was no book, I would probably make fun of this movie a lot more. So I figured it would be a good chance for you to kind of, get into something that you would never usually watch probably and get your thoughts on it. So, okay, so Christmas with the Kranks, I'll say, again, I'll try not to point out like a bunch of differences. There aren't tons of differences between the book and the movie. I'll get into just the main ones. But yeah, I mean, my interest is always in the book. I guess it came out in 2001, and I bought it that year. I'm not ever like a huge Grisham fan. I do tend to like Grisham's whatever you call it, law or court stuff. I love Painted House.
Okay.
I love his book that's called Bleachers. He did Playing for Pizza, right? I like that one. So, I mean, I think he does a good job when he writes about sports. And like I said, in Painted House, there was so much of baseball involved in that story, and I'm just a huge baseball fan.
Yeah.
So, I think he knows his stuff when it comes to like the biographical side of him growing up on the farm and all that stuff or wherever. So I didn't read like Pelican Brief. I didn't read any of those. I saw
Firm
the
and all that.
Yeah, I saw the movies, but
yeah.
And I love Innocent Man. The Netflix series. Yeah, I think that's really good stuff. So anyway, I loved Skipping Christmas is the book.
Yep.
They couldn't call it Skipping Christmas because the Ben Affleck movie Surviving Christmas came out that year.
Okay. Because my first question was, why didn't they call this Skipping Christmas? That's a great title. It explains what the movie is. Christmas with Kranks does nothing.
That's the first. It's such a terrible title.
Yeah. And I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know anything. I was like, what? It was around the same time as like there's something about Mary. I thought it was just some goofy, I didn't know what it was. Yeah. So this is my first time watching it, by the way. Yeah.
Right. But and I picked it just for that reason. That's but yeah, it's just such a terrible title. But yeah, that's the story. Is that Surviving Christmas? They picked their name first. It's like it's funny because this had the source material that was 3 years old. Like they should have gotten the title, but whatever. And we were there. It was our anniversary, 2004. So that would have been our 4th anniversary. We've been married 4 years, and we were there on open night to watch this. Wow. The screenplay is by Chris Columbus, right? I mean, you can't have a problem with that, right? But who is this Joe Roth guy that they got to direct?
Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise.
Revenge of the Nerds 2. He's produced a lot, including some stuff I've liked. Most recently, The Plot Against America, which I think I talked about on maybe the Easter episode. So he's produced as a director. Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds 2 would be the only thing I think I knew.
Yeah.
And that's who they put in charge of this. I don't get it.
Right.
Did you see anything? A story or no?
Of what? Anything else that Joe Roth has done?
Yeah. No. Or why they would have picked him? Any idea?
No.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay. So you get Tim Allen, and that's fine. Whatever. Tim Allen's Tim Allen. We've ripped on him on this show already.
Yeah.
But Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean,
who's great?
I love Jamie Lee Curtis. You get Dan Aykroyd. Now, I think it's questionable what they did with him. There are a lot of character. Yeah. There are a lot of character actors that I love. M. Emmett Walsh, Cheech, isn't it? Jake Busey's funny. You got the kid Spike from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
You even get Felicity Huffman, who I think is awesome. She's not really a big part here, but it's a quality cast.
The jailbird Felicity Huffman.
Right. The music is solid, and I learned later is
the
apparently
music's great.
Curated by Steven Van Zandt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Right, exactly. So you get a lot of the classics, and there's like some newer stuff, like the opening song by, I guess, the Ravenettes. Yeah. Which I think, we talk about things that just feel like Christmas. I would bet, and we've got people who listen to the show who I know love this film, I would bet when that song kicks in that gives them like these Christmas feels, because even I feel it. Like when this is probably one of the first movies I usually watch every year. Just I tend to put the classics off, and so this is an easy one I can put on while I'm like working,
Right.
And so, so when that song kicks on, when
the music kicked on, like the music like tricks you because the music is so great. Like almost all the songs they picked are so great, and you're like, oh man, but it's just not a good movie. like I was
You
like,
got
oh man, the
Darlene Love.
Ravenettes. This is cool.
Yeah,
I love this.
Yeah,
song,
the
but
Ramones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
so
Ramones.
much stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right. So I'll just go through. Anything you want to say before I start going through it?
You can go through it, and I'll jump
Okay.
in.
Sure. Okay. So we start right after Thanksgiving, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and so hey, we're kind of getting close there this time of year, right? It's the busiest travel day of the year, as he says, and the Kranks are bringing their daughter Blair to the airport to fly to Peru. She's going to join the Peace Corps, and so she's going to be gone for a year and is going to miss Christmas. Nora, hey Nora, right? There you go.
Yeah.
Nora needs to stop at the store in the rain on a Sunday night, of course, to get stuff to make cookies for the art lunch tomorrow. Nora just basically her lot in life is just like to work fundraisers and stuff. I guess.
Seems like you're right. She's just like a rich wife who does that kind of stuff all the time. Yeah.
Right. Luther, of course, she needs the stuff, but he's got to go out in the rain and get it. He gets drenched. There's a Santa Claus who tries to sell him an umbrella. He's out there peddling umbrellas. And he doesn't listen, and so the whole awning of like icy water falls on him. And so as he's like drenched and cold, what's that?
I said, whomp.
Right. as he's drenched and cold, he sees the ad for the cruise, like the people running on the beach or whatever. And so he gets the idea that he wants to take a cruise instead of having Christmas, right? So he goes to work the next day, adds it all up from last year, and realizes he spent over $6,000
on Christmas.
On Christmas the previous year. And so, in the book that goes into everything from clothing for, parties and ornament repair and all this crazy stuff, right?
Right.
The tree itself, everything. So he goes home and he wants to tell Nora, talk her into the cruise. And it doesn't take as much persuading as she's going to claim later. She was pretty into it,
Oh, yeah.
She was all right with it. And I'll say $6,000 for a cruise. Oh, I'm sorry, $6,000 for Christmas. That feels like a lot.
Feels
right?
like a lot.
That's, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how much.
But it's way less.
Yeah. I don't know.
You could get a lot of Cabbage Patch Kids with $6,000.
Yeah, and I'm trying. I feel like I should do that one year. Like do what he did and just like say, okay, what is specifically for Christmas? Whether it's toys, or buying cookie dough, or whatever it is. I don't think it would hit 6,000. I think it would easily hit 1,000 for sure, but not 6,000. I don't know. And this was 2004 money.
Right. So I did the what do you call
inflation?
It? Yeah, I did it. Did you do it? It was $1.38 today.
Okay.
So that $6,000 would be about 8,500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
And in the movie they seem like they're not John Hughes rich, but they're pretty well off. So it kind of makes sense for them.
The house is nice, the neighborhood's nice, the car's
right.
nice, furniture. Yeah, they're not John Hughes rich like you said, but he does well.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess $8,500 on Christmas. Like you said, if you told me I spent $1,000 on Christmas, I got 3 kids, so yeah, 1,000 easily.
Right.
I don't know about 2 though. I don't think I'm hitting $2,000.
Yeah, I don't think I am either. But that, I think most people probably. I would guess. There's no way to say average, but I would guess between 2 and 3 for a lot of families, maybe. I don't really know, but I don't know. I know people buy a lot of presents, and especially if they have 3 kids or so.
Right, and I guess it depends on how extensive you go as far as family that you buy for. And so my mom buys for a lot of people.
Yeah, and this is one of the reasons that I, many years ago just told my family look, you can get me stuff if you want to. I'm not getting anybody anything anymore. Because it's like right. nobody likes what they get. Nobody knows each other anymore.
Yeah.
So
unless you're getting a gift card or giving cash, which is stupid.
Right. It's like, my parents don't know me. They don't know what I like. My brothers and sisters don't know me. Definitely I don't know it's like nobody knows what. So it's like you're just like trading. Unless you're just giving each other trading cash, then you're giving each other things to throw away, and it's just a complete waste of money. So yeah. This is for me furthering my gifts are stupid.
Right. So there you go. So hey, the catch is we skip Christmas, right? So we go on this cruise and we just skip Christmas. And so, of course, like I said, it doesn't take that much persuading, as she'll
No.
come later. He writes his letter to his coworkers the next day, and all the zany adventures begin, which is mainly on Nora, because he just goes to work and his life doesn't change. But she's the one who plans like their big their big Christmas Eve party.
Right.
And she's out planning these charity events every day that she's got to go to all these lunches and be around her friends who, are basically ripping into her for not having the party or whatever.
Right.
The Cub Scouts show up with their tree. It's $90, which would be $125 today. It's kind of high. For
Is
a
that
tree.
about right? What do you normally pay for? Because I use a fake tree famously.
We
so
go
I
out
don't-
to the farm and we cut down a tree at the farm.
Okay.
So I assume we're kind of overpaying, right? I mean, I know
Yeah.
at Home Depot you get a tree for like $20. Right?
Okay.
We never spend more than $50.
Okay.
But I'll say we usually get like probably the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Like we go to like the small. We don't need a big tree. We
Right.
don't need like the big 12
The big,
foot tree.
huge, yeah.
Right. We get one that's probably like 6 foot.
Yep.
And it's fine for us. It fits in the little corner. And so you could, at a farm, if you go cut down a tree, you could easily, or if you get the ones that are pre-cut, you could easily spend $125.
Okay.
If you get like the blue spruce or whatever, if you go get like
Yeah.
a fancy tree. Yeah. So, I mean, you could do it. I'll say, I just think it's high. I just don't know why you would. Again,
Right.
I guess if you got $8,500, I guess $100 on a tree is nothing. Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, so they say no tree. He doesn't. And of course, Nora every step of the way is like, do it. And to me, the cruise is $3,000, right?
Right.
If you're gonna spend $6,000 on Christmas, and so you're gonna, I feel like right, of course
Free
you
for
would have a movie.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, like get the tree, put up the lights. We're not like, but again, I love Christmas, and Luther Crank does not. So
Right.
anyway, so that's where we're at. So the scouts go tell Frohmeyer, who's like basically like the mob boss of the neighborhood. You'd be
Right.
pleased to know in the book he's basically a college professor, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he works at a university in research or a professor or something.
Okay.
I hate the Dan Aykroyd reveal. What did you think of that?
Right. I guess that's all it was too. It was like, this is Dan Aykroyd.
Here's Dan Aykroyd.
That's all it was. It's like,
Yeah.
it was just like, here's an actor. It had nothing to do with the
Yeah.
character. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Vic basically corners him on the street and tells him they're putting up their Frosties. And
Right.
the frost is the big decoration that goes on the roof. It's like a giant 6-foot plastic Frosty, the snowman,
Yep.
that all of the houses have, because basically in the book it explains that each street has like a different thing, and they have an award or whatever, their prize. The newspaper
Yeah.
picks a winner. Yeah. And so, he says, no, we're not putting up Frosty. So you get the whole neighborhood coming out all the time, like protesting outside his house.
Right.
Free Frosty. It's ridiculous. It's
I mean, but by this point, this is where I'm having my questions like, okay, what does skipping Christmas really mean for them? Because if somebody just saying like, I'm going to put up this Frosty you already have, like, is it about money? Like, or, because he's decided, I'm just going to skip Christmas altogether. I'm just not doing it.
It's right. So what happens is, like, again, in the book, I mean, in the sense I get, is that he's basically, right, it started with the money,
Yeah.
but then when he tells the scouts we're not buying a tree because we're just not doing that this year, and then Frohmeyer gets involved, it becomes this thing like, you can't tell me I have to do this, right?
Yeah.
So then it's I can see myself kind of doing it. I wouldn't do it with Christmas, but I've been this way with, like, they can't tell me I have to cut my grass.
Right.
Like, if I want to let my grass grow this week, I'm going to let it, these neighbors can say whatever they want. So, yeah, it's just like this thing where it's just like, they can't make us do anything.
Yeah, the movie didn't make it entirely clear, because the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, who are these people? What's their motivation? What do they really want? Like, I can't tell. And so, like, the skipping Christmas is because it starts with money, and there is a moment or two where he goes like, yeah, you can't tell me what to do, but it's not as clear to me anyway.
It's not right. It's not his main motivator, which in
Yeah.
the book it basically becomes that. Right. It's not so
This
much
becomes
money
like
as
a spite or a principle thing.
yeah,
Or,
I'm planting my foot in the ground, and you can't
can't make me do
this.
Christmas. Yeah.
Right. Also in the book, there is someone, at least one family, maybe two, further down, like from his house, who don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
And they don't put Frosties up. And the movie never addresses that. The movie's like, you're gonna put up a Frosty. Everybody does it.
So what's their
And-
deal?
What do you mean?
According to the book, are they, ridiculed for not?
No, it's just like accepted. Like
Okay.
at the end of the street, there's like this one family or maybe two. I don't know.
So they're just mad at him because he usually does it, And
because he should do it, right? Because
Right.
why not? It's not that he doesn't. It's not his religion that won't
Right.
let him. Right. But the movie does not account for anybody to be Jewish or any other anything, right? So that's terrible. Again, I mean, I got to put this on the director. I mean, I guess the screenplay somewhat, but I'll get into like other issues with like timeline and stuff. We meet his neighbor, who's like his rival, Walt Scheel, and Emmett Walsh, of course, and his wife Bev has cancer. So
I'm laughing.
Yeah, way to go, Rusty.
Well, I mean, like, it's so ridiculous the way it comes into the movie. It's like, okay, because nothing comes of it until the very end. So, like,
right, but you need it, right? You need
they
it. They
plant it here for later.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
So that's why I'm laughing.
But so again, Luther keeps going to work, and Nora keeps having to deal with it. So anyway, so at one point they meet at the mall at like this Irish pub in the mall.
Yeah.
And the whole point of this is that they're at the mall so that Luther can break it to her that he's bought them a tanning package.
Yeah.
And so I don't know why most movies avoid giving you dollar amounts on things because of inflation, right?
Right.
But this movie like
goes out of its way,
flaunts it, yeah. And so like $60 for 12 visits. Like why did we have to know how many visits and how much? But I looked it up. Suntan City right now has a special for $7 a session. So $60 for 12. It seems pretty much legit. But yeah, and so you get a half naked Nora.
Yeah, I felt bad. Like, why'd they do that to Jamie Lee? And I know this is not the first time they've done it to Jamie Lee, but whether
she, I think I remember her saying that. What was like when it came out? Like she was okay with it. Like that it felt real, and it felt like it just felt real to that character. That would be just this really embarrassing moment for her.
Yeah,
and she was like. Yeah, like she I remember her speaking out about it, that she was fine with it. It was something she wanted to do. That
I mean, it's definitely better than the way they've treated her in other movies.
Yeah, no, definitely. Right. Yeah. And so she's basically half naked. She hits her head on the tanning bed, and she goes out to ask for a band-aid, but they're in a mall.
Yeah. And
so she's out asking for a Band-Aid for her head, and of course a crowd gathers, and their pastor shows up. He's at the mall Christmas shopping. Yeah, yeah.
From Newhart.
And then suddenly, things get really convoluted here.
Yeah.
I guess a newspaper cameraman happened to be at the mall.
Right.
Takes a picture of them in their bikinis to put in the newspaper. Yeah. So that's really, like, the book, all of this kind of comes from the source material.
Yeah.
But they're really just squeezing a bunch of stuff together. Like, there's nothing about them in the newspaper and at the tanning salon.
The way we're explaining this out loud, like if you've never seen the movie, you might think, well, this sounds like a fun, wacky movie. But no. Like, it's going for that.
Right.
It's like...
But it falls short on a lot of what it's trying... It doesn't execute like you would hope it would.
Yeah, it's like, this should be a funny, wacky thing that the whole family can sit around and laugh at. But it's like, it just feels... desperate, or I don't, yeah.
Right.
Did you know? Oh, go ahead. I was going to in the tanning scene. You remember there's a guy that comes in. It's like, oh,
yeah, the guy that walks in.
You know who that is?
Oh, I know he's in tons of stuff. Who is that?
It's David Lander, who we talked about on the Garfield show because he played the voice of Doc Boy.
That's right.
And he's just in there for 1 second. Like, why did they bring in David Lander for 1 second?
It was just this goofy
comedian.
Dude to walk in on Nora in the tanning bed.
Yeah. Just go, oh, sorry, This is with his squeaky voice. Hello.
It was funny. It's like, oh, excuse me. What's that guy doing tanning anyway?
Oh boy.
But so here's where the timeline gets messed up. So they see the picture in the newspaper the next morning. Like for some reason, again, that's news, right? In the book, the story in the newspaper is because they didn't put their Frosty up and they got like third place or whatever. And so it's like, and so the guy went up on the roof and got the picture of their house being dark. It's like, hey, usually they win and they got third place this year or whatever, and you can see their house in the picture. But it's not them half naked in the picture. It's not, like they combine those two.
I see.
But so when that happens, they're like, 2 days, we're leaving in 2 days, right?
Yeah.
But then all this other stuff happens where, like, all right, first of all, the police come to sell the calendar, and he says no to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the scene with the neighbors coming to sing Jingle Bells, and that's pretty funny. I like that scene with the carolers outside.
Okay.
Do you not like that scene?
I'm trying. I'm trying to remember it.
Okay, so the like church people come over and
Yeah.
like their truck or whatever, and Walt tells them. They say, "Hey, why do these people not have lights on?" And Walt says, "Oh, they're being Scroogers, they're skipping Christmas."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, do you think we should go carol?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think that would be a good idea." So then next thing you know, all the neighbors are out there and they're caroling, and they start singing Jingle Bells faster and faster and faster. And you get Aykroyd. But then there's the jump scare where like they think they're finished, and she bends down to get the yarn out of the basket, and they're in the window, and they start screaming Frosty the Snowman.
Okay.
It's funny.
I liked what it was going for because it seemed like it was becoming like a comedy Christmas horror, where it's like a pretend horror. Where, where it's like all the jump scares, and it's got Jamie Lee, so that makes sense for like horror stuff. But yeah, again, like it felt like I was making those connections more than the movie was. Does that make sense? Like I was going like, oh, it's trying to do this, and like
and that's one of the reasons I wanted you to watch it, because to me, in my head, I know the whole story and I know what they're going for, and it's like if you live this event with a friend and you hear the friend tell the story, in your head it might sound great, but to someone listening, they might be like, "What? I don't get this story. It's not making right." And so like in my head, it does all click, and I know what they're going for, and it's like there's leaving some of it out or messing up.
Yeah, and I think if you watched it twice, once you kind of know what's going on, you get it. But like the first time through, half the time I'm just going, oh, "Why are they? No, why?"
Okay, so anyway, so you have all of that going on, and remember, they had just said 2 days, we leave,
Yeah.
But now you get the crazy Luther montage where he's like spraying the hose, and it goes night and day,
Right.
Like, it's clearly way more than 2 days. Also, he said he bought 12 tanning packages, and then all of a sudden they only have 2 days. Like,
right.
The timeline is way off. Like, it's bad. Then my daughter hates the frozen cat scene, I should say.
Oh.
Yeah.
What for? She just like because it's cruelty to cats or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she loves. Yeah, she will fight somebody. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
she will fist fight Luther for spraying that cat with the hose.
And again, that would seem like a something about Mary kind of thing. Like
definitely.
We're trying to do like the dog or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. We get the Botox scene, which is pretty. I don't think we needed that. So I guess that's Christmas Eve morning.
Just casually getting Botox, by the way.
On Christmas Eve morning, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So then they go. Yeah, so they go home, and Blair calls. She's coming home with the fiance. So Nora agreed to the cruise at 12 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Blair's phone call comes at 42 minutes. So this movie has 30 minutes of skipping Christmas, followed by 50 minutes of unskipping it.
Right.
Like it's barely skipping it. It's basically, we thought we were going to skip it for 30 minutes. Now we have all of the rest of this movie that we need to unskip it and get ready. By comparison, in the book, she agrees to it on page 21. The phone call comes at page 108, and there's 90 pages left. So it's basically flipped.
Okay.
So you have like, I'm sorry. There are only 70 pages left. So it's 90 pages of skipping, and then only 70 left to fix it. Right.
Right.
So it's like basically flipped. It's like 30 minutes and 50 minutes, and then 90 pages and 70 pages. So it's like the opposite. So so they really mess up the story basically. So let's see. So Nora tells him, we're having the party. They got 8 hours maybe to like decorate their house for Christmas and get ready for a party that they didn't know they were having on Christmas Eve. He goes to get a tree. He gets a little dead tree from the Scouts, kind of reminiscent of the Bernstein Bears and Grizzly Gus. Because Mama told him to get the tree from Grizzly Gus.
Right.
So, yeah, and so it's kind of a waste because he does all this and then gets home and has to throw it away anyway. So,
I know.
But that is in the book. It is in the book. So, yeah, it just seems like a waste in the movie where they like skip so much and cram so much in.
Yeah,
I don't know if they needed it. It was good, I guess, for the Scouts to like say take it or leave it. Pay the full price for this dead tree. Like he's like to pay him back for what he did. Like he's getting it in the end now.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. So he does the only thing you could do at this point. That's go get a neighbor's tree that's fully decorated.
That's all you could do.
Right. I mean, that's what we do.
And this is when I'm thinking like, okay, are they afraid of their daughter? What's the stakes really? Like, it's like, okay, the daughter comes home. There's no tree. No decorations.
The fiance, she's coming home with her fiance. I guess I didn't say. The daughter calls, she's coming. The fiance has never seen a Christmas. So they are newly engaged. She has told him all about this party that her family throws every year, and he's never seen Christmas, and so I guess
The
but you're right.
daughter's they treat her like the whole town or the whole neighborhood treats her like some weird goddess. Like, it's Blair. It's like it's just some college girl.
It is in the book. It does say that she babysat for most of the families, but still,
Yeah,
no,
it's like
even that, right.
just like, oh honey, actually we were going to go on this cruise, so but yeah, come on, we'll skip the cruise. Come on, it's not going to be as decorated, but we'll throw something together. Like,
right?
Why
exactly.
not that? Like
Right.
that's like it's just made up. It's just a made up conflict. The whole movie is that.
They are forcing conflict, right?
Yes.
That's the problem. They force conflict because even the book does point out is like these neighbors hadn't seen her in 4 years. She'd been away at college. It was it does admit that but it's more about like the neighbors feel like they are doing a good thing, that the neighbors like were fighting this whole time for him to like comply and just do this thing, and now like he needs them, and they're like, all right, yeah, you know what, like we're gonna do this because this is the kind of people we are. We're gonna go above and beyond, and it's Christmas time, so they're acting like they're acting like Blair's like this really important thing in their life.
Right.
Yeah, it is funny. Yeah, you're right though. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
But so he borrows the tree. The neighbors are going out of town for Christmas, and so they're leaving, and so they got again. It is a good sentiment. It's like he's been telling these neighbors, leave me alone, don't worry about what I do, and now he needs this guy's Christmas tree, and the guy just gives him his house key. And so that's
and I was wondering that too, like because he doesn't seem angry. Every other neighbor seems angry at him, but he's like the one nice neighbor, I guess, who's like
he just laughs at him.
He's like, okay.
Right. He's like, why you need a tree? He's like, oh, Blair called, she's coming home. And the guy's like, ah! He like cracks up.
Right.
But he can't let the wife know that he's giving him the tree. He's like, you got here. It's on the DL. Yeah. Take this key. And of course, it's got all these like Chicago Cubs bears all over it. I like the tree personally.
I didn't pay too much attention to the tree, but that was
Spike, the kid Spike Frohmeyer, helps him. I guess he offers him $20 or whatever. There's some like minor police trouble. The police who he didn't buy the calendar from, of course. But Spike helps him. Anyway, Nora's out trying to find a hickory honey ham.
Yeah.
And so I guess by like 4:30, she's got no ham. She comes home with a smoked trout. He's got the tree from the neighbor that she hates. They still got to get Frosty up. So it's like that's basically what's going on here. It's just them trying to they got no guests. No, they keep calling people. Nobody's coming to the party. So she goes out to get wine, and she meets this guy, right? And there's this guy who knows her and knows her daughter Blair and knows all about her life, but she doesn't know who he is. And so she's just like, we're having this party. Do you want to come? And he's like, yeah, I'll come. And he knows her address. And so they finally have one guest, right? So this is the only guest that's coming. She doesn't even know who he is. Luther's trying to put up Frosty, falls off the roof, and gets caught on the rope to basically save his life. And the ambulance has to come, and now he has to come clean to all his neighbors and tell them that he needs them to come to have this party. And so that's what they do. So Frohmeyer rallies the troops. And everybody, they go get their turkeys out of the oven, and they get their hickory honey hams, and they all come over, and they decorate the house, and they have a party, and they go pick up Blair and Enrique at the airport. Did you like the Enrique sign? That was pretty funny, right?
Oh, no.
You didn't like that?
It seemed like one of those. It seemed like Tim Allen probably came up with that one.
Right. Enrique on it. They stop. All right, here's a question I have. So they stop to arrest this burglar, right? When they get to the party, did the burglar ride in the back seat? Did you wonder this or no?
How did the burglar get to the party?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe they squeezed Blair and Enrique in the front, and one of the cops were in the back.
Yeah,
with the robber. Anyway, the robber's there. He's in the back seat of the car. I guess they're just going to leave him in the car during the party. And Spike comes out and feels bad for him. He's like, "Go in, get some food, get warm, and you come back out." And of course, the guy's going to rob them. In the meantime, what do you have?
Why is the robber in the movie at all?
Well, to reveal who Marty was, the stranger from the liquor store.
The robber's there just to reveal Marty?
I guess. I don't know. How else would you reveal Marty?
any other way.
Right. Yeah.
It just seemed like, because to me, it seems like they're trying to combine the Santa Claus, Home Alone, and Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
And so it seemed like, well, let's throw in a burglar.
Yeah, and I don't know how he got. I just don't understand the physics of how he got.
How he actually got there.
Right.
Because nothing comes of him anyway. Like he goes in, he like takes some stuff, and then they catch him, and then that's it.
Right.
Like there's no consequence. There's no.
Right, just back in the car.
He's just like, well, then I guess that robber thing happened.
Well, okay, but while that guy's doing that, Luther goes across the street and gives the cruise to his rival neighbor with the wife who has cancer.
That's right.
And so that's the big right.
That's the unearned sentiment.
Yes, he did this one nice thing for these people. He gave them the cruise, which he did not purchase cruise insurance for. So he would have lost it. It's not like he gave something that.
Oh,
he
right.
Right.
It wasn't.
It
a
would have just gone
sacrifice.
unused. Right. Yeah. So so he gives them the cruise. As he walks back across the street, he sees the robber come out, and he jumps off onto the car, and then that's where. So the stranger from the liquor store ends up. His name is Marty, and he is dressed as Santa, and he hits the guy with the umbrella, and that's when we realize that he is the guy from the beginning of the movie who tried to sell Luther the umbrella.
Yes.
And, spoiler alert, I guess fast forward a minute here if you don't want to know the end of Christmas with the Kranks from 2004. But he then gets in his Volkswagen Bug, which is then pulled by reindeer and flies off into the sky because he is Santa Claus. The real Santa Claus.
He's the real Santa. Here's what's funny is there at the ending, I actually said, the only thing they could do next that would be stupider than what I've seen already is if a Volkswagen goes flying through the sky. And then it happened.
Wait, you said that?
To myself, yes.
But why a Volkswagen?
Because they showed the camera on his Volkswagen as he was
all right,
driving off.
Right.
And
okay.
so I was like, okay, they're really showing this car. And then I was like, are they going to have like a Volkswagen being pulled by reindeer? They're not, are they? And then there it was. The image there, it was on the screen just like it was in my head. Like it's like by that point I was one with the movie. I figured out how stupid it was.
Oh, you figured out how great it was. You figured out how great it was.
How great it was. The waving Frosty, like by the end of the movie.
And then Frosty tips his hat. And waves to you.
We had no idea it was a supernatural movie until the very end. It made more sense knowing that there's just magic everywhere, apparently.
Yes, exactly. So there you go. Marty knew the whole time.
Marty, who was played by a great actor, Austin Pendleton. He gave it all that he was worth and all of his stage acting chops.
Yep. Oh, and I love when they do the music. I mean, Dan Aykroyd's hamming it up a little bit, but I mean, when they're like singing all the songs and stuff. He was cool. They were all good. I thought all those actors,
all the actors tried their best.
Yeah.
Tried their best.
So yeah, I mean, it was a lot to cram in. I will give it that. And they cut, like everything. There were like firemen selling fruitcakes. There were, so much in the book that had to be left out, right? And so, you get the point. The scouts selling the tree, the cops selling the calendars. You don't need all of it. You don't. There's stuff about like the office parties that he skips, and there's the office dinner and the office party, and the stuff that usually goes on, and all. Again, the book is much better to me, and it's still a quick read. I mean, it's 200 pages. It's nothing.
Right.
So I would recommend, especially if you like the movie and you haven't read the book, I would recommend the book. But just I mean, if you're looking for something new this year to read, I'd recommend reading.
And then throw the movie in the trash.
No way. I'm going to watch it again tomorrow.
There's another Santa Claus connection. Santa Claus connect with an E connection in this movie, which is that Matt Walsh shows up for a second. The actor who was like in the news scene near the end of the Santa Claus. He's like a comedian who was on the Daily Show and stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember. I guess
he's in. There's so many people that just pop up. Andy Daly's in this movie. From Eastbound and Down and Review and the Who Was Show.
Who was he?
He was in the grocery store. The guy in the grocery store was like at the checkout. And I guess he had the ham. That was him.
She wanted to buy it. Yeah,
he's one of my favorite comedy actors.
Wow. So there's a lot of people.
So a lot of people that were really good in this movie, except Tim Allen. And I was.
Well, it's one of those things. When I heard they were making the movie, once they licensed it or whatever, I was like, Tim Allen was a big deal, and I was like, man, they're probably going to get Tim Allen to do this.
Yeah.
And I remember even when I heard it, and I went through and I read the book again, and I pictured Tim Allen in my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I could see it, I guess. And then they did it, and it was like this thing where I called it like ahead of time.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it was even worse than I thought. Like I thought he could have pulled it off. And again, I gotta blame the director somewhat, but you're right. I mean, a lot of it was probably him too, just because he is just kind of being himself.
He's just being Tim Allen.
I think with a better director, maybe he could have been better. I don't know.
No, I think this movie, if Chris Columbus had directed or some real director, because Chris Columbus screenplay, I mean, he's known for doing some great stuff.
Right.
And I also maybe is that he was having to work with the Grisham thing, and maybe it was like adapting is different from like him just writing Gremlins or whatever.
Sure. Or like let's say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. What if it's Steve Martin?
Right.
I mean, do you think Steve Martin?
Yeah, I think Steve Martin would have done a better job. Yeah.
Yeah.
And would have given more sympathy, because like the whole time, like Tim Allen is nasty from the start, and I don't know why. Like I'm like, oh, am I supposed to hate him? And why? And like, what has he done bad? Nothing yet, but yet I hate him. And I never knew how to feel about the characters, or if I was supposed to like them or what.
I think he's a typical dad, right? I think he's like the busiest travel day of the year. Why are we traveling on this? You know what I mean? Like my dad would do that.
His redeeming moment was that he gives somebody a ham they're allergic to and a cruise they don't want.
He's pretty bad.
Speaking of adaptation, one of the things that kept confusing me, and then I remembered, this is a John Grisham, Mississippi Boy writer, is that they said, do what? Which is like a Southern phrase.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know I mean, I don't think anyone in other parts of the country say that I know of.
Yeah, I don't say it, but so I didn't realize.
Yeah, it'll come out of my mouth from time to time, but it's a very Southern thing to say, like, you say, if you don't understand something, do what?
Yeah.
Do what?
And so that was twice in here?
That was twice in the movie, and I was the second time I went, why do they keep saying this thing that does not match where they seem to be or how they talk? And I was like, oh, it's John Grisham. So they must have just kept the whatever the word is, whatever I'm trying to say. Yeah, that
the
regional expression.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
So funny.
Interesting. So Rusty did not like it, as expected.
No.
All right, pick one redeeming quality. What was one thing that you liked? Like
the music.
Make you do it.
The music's the number one thing, but again, in a way that is bad, because I would rather that good music be in another movie.
Sure.
I like all the character actors who pop up. They kind of make it worth watching. Like, oh, M. Emmett Walsh, Andy Daly. There's David Lander for 2 seconds. I don't think the kid who played. I think the kid who played Spike was a bad actor at this point. Like I don't know what he's like in Malcolm in the Middle or anything, because I never watched that. But like, it's
pretty much exactly like that. Again, I mean, I've probably seen 5 episodes, but I mean, I think he's exactly like that.
He seemed pretty bad to me for some reason. I hate to pick.
I think
on
he's the
kid.
same character. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, they just wanted a kid who had that look. But this is one where I could see that if you put it on every year, just as like you said, a warm up kind of movie, and something in the background, and there's some wackiness going on. Maybe if you watched it with like somebody who doesn't care if a movie's good or not, and they'll just laugh at stuff, that might be fun. Like I could see my parents liking this,
Oh yeah,
a lot of
I know a lot of people that like it. For the kid, I'll say that I think that his execution's off, as many people are. But I do think his line where he's like, "Try to relax, will you, Luther?" I think that line was good. Other than that, it's like it's off. Like I don't know. Like when he tells him, I need. What's he say? Something like, "You owe me," and he's like, "I only got $20" or something. Like I don't know. The whole exchange is off. Like I just feel like there were times where they could have redone it, like better direction, like help the kid out,
Yep.
I don't know. I think
I
my problems lie with the director.
And speaking of director, I noticed another weird thing about this, and maybe next time you watch it, you can look for it if you didn't notice, that they do a lot of where they, pull focus, where it's the camera's focusing on something in the background, and then they'll move the lens so it focuses maybe in the foreground, and it does that effect called breathing, where it seems like the whole picture just kind of squeezes in for a second. Do you know what I'm talking about? That happens like 20 times.
Here, I know what you're talking about.
It happens like 20 times.
Wow.
And it's like, I don't know. It seemed like a sign of bad direction. I don't think this is a badly directed movie. I think it's fine, but like that happened so much. It was like it didn't seem intentional. It seemed like lazy focus pulling.
Right.
But it's something that probably only I noticed or cared about, but it drove me crazy.
Well,
so if anyone out there was annoyed by the focus pulling of this movie, let us know. Let me know that I'm not alone in the world.
Let it be duly noted that I've had Rusty now sit through a King of Queens episode and Christmas with the Cranks.
Yes.
And we're just getting started. We're going to record another episode tonight. So.
Yeah. But I did not make you listen to Avon's Santa's Magic Mirror. I assume you chose to skip that and just not listen to it.
I'm going to listen to it.
Okay. You don't have to.
I definitely will.
There's no reason to listen to it.
Oh, there's reasons. It sounds amazing.
It was not one of my better something funs, but
I wanted to be surprised. All right, let me do my something weird. We're getting kind of long. This is going to be fast. This is a fast one.
Something weird.
Okay, so something weird. Did you know that in actuality, Rudolph's red nose is probably the result of a parasitic infection of his respiratory system?
No idea.
I did not know that. So there's a book is written by Roger Highfield. It's called The Physics of Christmas, From the Aerodynamics of Reindeer to the Thermodynamics of Turkey. That's the name of the book.
Okay.
And so it goes into like the science of Christmas. And so one of the things, of course, that he discusses is why Rudolph's nose would actually be red. And then an article in the Irish Times kind of took his theory and explored it a little bit. And so apparently reindeer are prey to like 20 or more parasites, right? They're specific to just them. And so they will get infections from these parasites. And so it's like something with their noses that like when they breathe and their noses get warmer or whatever, it's something to do with the blood and the membrane and the warm air or something. I don't know. And so parasites tend to get into their nose and they tend to get infections. And so I guess that blood could rise up in their nose and actually appear to be red.
It's pretty awesome.
So just so you know,
but
when his nose is red,
does it glow and could it cut through a fog? Or is it just red?
Luckily, yes. Luckily it can. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a fortunate side effect.
How
of the
bad
parasitic.
of an infection is it?
Look, we're just lucky. We're lucky that he had the parasitic infection in the sinuses. Yes.
I keep waiting. I keep wanting to write a Rudolph story where evolution eventually favors reindeers with red noses, and so all the dark-nosed reindeers fade away, and then eventually, like after many years of nothing but red-nosed reindeers, then a dark-nosed reindeer appears and they pick on him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my story.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it's like my theory now is like no tattoo is the new tattoo. And so it's like we've evolved as a society to where like I am the oddball now because I don't have a tattoo.
I don't either. Yeah. I mean,
right. Yeah. Like
there's not too many people that don't have them.
Exactly. Like that's what's happened.
What's funny about tattoo culture is like all the memes and stuff are mostly like defenses of their tattoos. So it's always like, how dare you say I get a tattoo? And so like one of them was like, you don't tell me not to, this is my house. You don't tell me that I can't like paint the walls the color I want. And it's like, well, you could repaint the walls, so.
But also the other part of that is no one's telling you that.
And
Who
no
cares?
one's telling you that. No one cares because everyone has a tattoo now.
Right. Who's telling you not to get a tattoo? I've never heard that in the last 20 years.
Everyone is encouraging you to get a tattoo.
Right.
Please get a tattoo. Yeah. In fact, I am going to get a tattoo, and it's going to say Snow in Southtown, Christmas with the Cranks episode, specifically.
What's the name? What's the name of the episode? I need to name it.
You got to name it. And so
I'll probably use a song poem. Yeah, I'll probably use a song poem reference.
If I ever did get a tattoo, it would be for real. It would be that Bible verse that tells you not to get tattoos. And so I would just put the verse, then you go look it up, and it'd be like, do not scar your body with permanent, that would be the one. That would almost be worth it.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. we didn't quite hit 2 hours, so well, maybe with music we will. So there you go. So all right, so tune in next week. We're getting closer to Thanksgiving here, and so anything else you want to say here?
I think that's plenty from me.
All right, so keep those bells jingling. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
It's gonna snow, ho, ho, right here in Dixie. All will be white, overnight it will be cold. On Christmas Day, hey, hey, right here in Dixie. We'll do-si-do in the snow, so I've been told.
We'll build a snowman, our very first. He's young and strong and run to look for winter's worst.
It's gonna snow, ho, ho, right here in Dixie. All will be white, overnight it will be cold. It will be cold on Christmas Day, hey, hey, right here in Dixie. We'll do-si-do in the snow, so we've been told.
That's my Christmas time philosophy. Full punch bowls and happy living, singing songs and lots of giving. That's my Christmas time philosophy. Pumpkin pies and turkey roasting, snow on hillsides, sleighs out coasting. That's my Christmas time philosophy. Children sending letters off to Santa as Christmas time draws near, wrapping presents and families gathering for feasting. What a magic time of the year. Keep those church bells ringing high on their steeples. Everyone be kind to all people. That's my Christmas time philosophy. Jingle bells and happy living, singing songs, so much giving. That's my Christmas time philosophy. Children sending letters off to Santa as Christmas time draws near, wrapping presents and families gathering for feasting. What a magic time of the year. Jingle bells and happy living, singing songs and lots of giving. That's my Christmas time philosophy. My Christmas time philosophy. My Christmas time philosophy. My Christmas time philosophy. You got Christmas time philosophy. You have my Christmas time philosophy. And my Christmas time philosophy.
Merry Christmas, I don't want to fight tonight with. Merry Christmas, I don't want to fight tonight. Merry Christmas, I don't want to fight tonight. Merry Christmas, I don't want to fight tonight with you. Where is Santa and his sled? And tell me why is it always this way? Where is Rudolph? Where is Blitzen, baby? Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. All the children are tucked in their beds. Sugar plum fairies dancing in their heads. Snowball fighting, it's so exciting, baby. I love you and you love me, and that's the way it's got to be. I knew it from the start, 'cause Christmas ain't the time for breaking each other's heart. Where is Santa and his sled? And tell me why is it always this way? Where is Rudolph? Where is Blitzen, baby? Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. All the children are tucked in their beds. Sugar plum fairies dancing in Diosito lindo, te doy mi espíritu, ofrendo mi espíritu ante ti. Niño Manuelito, te doy mi corazón, ofrendo mi corazón ante ti. Diosito lindo, te doy mi espíritu, ofrendo mi espíritu ante ti. Niño Manuelito, te doy mi corazón, ofrendo mi corazón ante ti. Santa Rosa de la tristeza, deja el sufrimiento alrededor. A ti te brindamos y celebramos, no dejar olvidar la verdad. Año nuevo de amor y amor, de amor y amor recibirás. Virgen María, damos gracias por paz y felicidad en Navidad. En Navidad. En Navidad. En Navidad.